Any questions that you have, please, this is the time to shoot. Any questions, August?
Wake Up and Fashion has a question for Lopamudra.
How has your life changed after Big Boss? Like, how did Big Boss make a difference in the entire...
Well, see, like I said, my life has transformed because of Miss India. I have become the best version of what the better version of what I used to be. And I can of course become better. So Miss India is one thing, which is why I was in Big Boss. But after Big Boss, I have become a household name. Every child knows Lopamudra Raut. You have no idea. I get calls, not from the adults, not from the men, not from handsome house. I get calls from children. Hello, is that Lopamudra Raut? And I'm like, oh my god. And I said, yes. You were in Big Boss, right? And I said, yeah. So you were my favorite, you know, and it's so, you know, it's so emotional when I get calls from the kids. I have never received calls from kids. Like, you know, I used to be really upset because sometimes boys would call, random people would call, bother me in the middle of the night, any random time they would just call. But now I get calls from kids, and you know, every housewife, every homemaker, every husband knows who Lopamudra is because Big Boss has given such a massive exposure. It's just unbelievable. I remember coming out back from Lonavala. I was on the way to Bombay. There were few cars who were like literally chasing my car and just to wave me, and there were so many kids and family inside and just screaming my name, Lopa. And so it's really it is really the difference that I am feeling, because Femina Miss India has given me a recognition, a title. Miss United Continents has given me a title. But Big Boss has made me a household name. When I'm walking on the streets, even today I went to the salon, I just took a walk and I met like 10-15 people who wanted to take selfies just a 2 minutes walk from my home to the salon. So, you know, the recognition that I have gotten from Big Boss, it's just humongous. Thanks to Big Boss 2 for that. Thanks to Colors for that. And thanks to Miss India, because I really did chicken out before going to Big Boss house, because I remember I was in Ecuador and I got a message from Natasha saying, would you like to go to Big Boss? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Tomorrow's my finale, you're asking me about Big Boss? So she's like, no, do you want to go to Big Boss? I think you should. And I said, okay, let me think about it once I'm back. So I came back, and the same day I met the color guys, and the next day I think we signed the contract. So thanks to Times of India Group, Femina Miss India Group again, for pushing me for Big Boss. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. Thanks.
How do you manage to stay so fit all the time?
I think it just started as a slow process. Firstly, I was just losing weight. Then over a period of time, I started concentrating on my diet. And for a fact, I know physique, being fit is so important today. It just adds a very important factor if you become a model or an actor. So I think it's just about hard work, and something in my mind says that it's just I need to push myself every single day harder and harder. So the day I don't work out, I feel I haven't done something good in my life, and my legs keep shaking at night, and I have restless sleep then, honestly. So I came here thinking that I don't want to miss my gym, so I worked out in the morning and I came. So I think it's just mind over body matters. If you can just put in your mind that I need to work out, push yourself, then it can happen. You're welcome. Thank you.
You'd like to ask a question? Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, maybe Priyadarshini. Thank you, I'm taking the mic again. Since you haven't spoken, maybe you can answer this. So, what do you think about the fact that swimsuit is no longer a part of the Femina Miss India contest? Because, you know, people are going to become confident about their bodies in the process, and there are women who will be joining the bandwagon who are already confident about their body. So why is the swimsuit not a part of the contest anymore? Your thoughts?
See, what I feel is there are requirements for everything. If you have to be an engineer, you can't just be an engineer directly, right? You have to finish your course and then you become an engineer. It's a similar way, it is a beauty pageant. So you need to be fit, you need to have a good body. Now, why we do not have a swimsuit round probably is because we as a cultural country, we might not feel comfortable at times. And that's probably the reason why we want more girls who are amazingly beautiful and smart to come across without thinking that they have to be in a bikini. But if you ask me whether wearing a bikini is right or wrong, I think it's just subjective to anyone who wears it and anyone who sees it. How you see it and how you perceive it is all that matters.
So you're happy with this change, or what
Yes,
do you think?
of course. Of course, I'm happy with the change. As long as we get more girls who are girls who will fit into the criteria of being Miss India. Of course, I'm happy with that.
Any questions?
Yeah, hi. My question is for Priya. Basically, you are represented Northeast this time. So I wanted to check and ask you that now they have decided that Northeast is going to be directly in the finals. Do you think the girls will be more forthcoming with this news? They'll be more happy with this?
Of course, I'm sure the girls out there in Northeast are going to be delighted because how many times, the number of times I have watched Miss India, I've probably seen maximum 2 or 3 girls from Northeast. I think 3 being the maximum during my time last year. And having 7 girls, having the 7 sisters of Northeast coming to participate together, I think that's going to be amazing, not just for the girls, but for the world to see what Northeast has to offer. Thank you.
Can we give the mic, please? Pass on the mic.
Priya and Lopa, can you, both of you all tell us about your experience at your respective international pageants?
Okay, since I came back in December. So when I think of Miss World, amazing is the first word that comes to my mind, that strikes me. Because it was always my dream to represent India somewhere, doing something, and I am a person who loves to travel, and when I say that, I mean it from the core. I love to go places, meet new people, and learn so much. And being in Miss World, meeting girls from over 130 countries, amazingly beautiful and smart women, it has taught me so much. And the fact that I could represent India and show them what India is, what Northeast is, they know the places and they want to come and visit, that means so much to me. Also, when it comes to me as growing up as a person, I have grown so much, learned so much, during my preparation when I was preparing to go for Miss World, there's so much hard work put into it. You are trained in every possible way, be it your talking skills, be it how you look, be it how you're dressed, be it how your hair is looking, or doing my own makeup and hair, which I really used to lack in. And then I was taught to do everything. So you learn so much, and now that I'm able to speak with you or with everybody else right now like this, is because I went for Miss World, and that Miss India organization has sent me for it and made me learn so many things. So yeah, it's an amazing learning experience, and I've come back with amazing friends for sure. Thanks.
Well, my experience was similar but slightly different because I went for a Spanish pageant. Every pageant is English pageant, and the girls who come who speak in Spanish or French, the answers on the finale are translated to English. But mine was a Spanish pageant. So if you spoke in English, you had the translator translated it in Spanish for the audience. So I had to learn Spanish to go to Ecuador and represent my country, which was quite a challenge. I did meet girls from Latin America, from all over the world, and they are fabulous. They are sharp, they are chiseled, they are very tall and beautiful and strong personalities. And to compete with them was itself a challenge. To communicate with them was another challenge because they spoke nothing. They only spoke Spanish. And especially like China, she spoke nothing, not even Spanish, no English, nothing. She just spoke Chinese, and I would just say ni hao, ma every day. 25 days later I spoke that. She was my roommate, by the way. And there's one day I had to tell her that we need to go, and she's like, and I'm like, and I actually felt like it's so difficult if you don't share the same language. The language barrier has been a difficult part. Yes, I have gone through lingual discrimination during the pageant because I wasn't a Spanish-speaking girl. The Latin American girls made fun of the English-speaking girls, like girls from Trinidad and Tobago, girls from UK, girls from USA, Indian, Miss India. Everybody did go through that discrimination, and somewhere I had to stand for myself and stand for the English-speaking girls. And I had to tell them, you know what? Spanish is not the world language. English is. Don't treat us like we are illiterates. And that is a sour part of my memory, but that has definitely made me learn Spanish even more. So, and the kind of training Miss India has provided is just beyond imagination, because the training, grooming was creme de la creme. The designers, the styling, everything was top notch. And I stood out in all the countries in terms of my dressing, my styling and everything. And I feel so proud that I belong to this organization. Yes, I have come back as a very strong person. More, the exposure that I have received is humongous, and I have made a lot of friends and have learned a lot of things. And I made the girls in Ecuador eat the Indian snacks, and it was so spicy. So she yelled my name, India. Yes, she said loco. Loco means are you mad? It's muy pica. Muy pica means very spicy. She's like, I'm gonna die. So there were good moments also. So internationally, the exposure is massive, and I really feel good that I have received this opportunity.
Thank
Did
you.
you learn La Bonita? La Isla Bonita.
The
Did
song?
you learn? Yeah.
No. I learned one Spanish song that's Con amor, hoy quiero cantar. Sí, señor, a mi lindo Ecuador. That's a Spanish song.
Any other questions?
I was pushed behind, I was pushed by a Latin American girl backstage. They're really competitive, so I have gone through worse and the good also.
Hi. So keeping the latest trend in mind, what is your each of yours favorite fashion trend that you like to follow, or an old trend which you like to revise and follow? Or you wish they can include a round like that in a Miss India pageant?
Trend.
Fashion trend, fashion style trend.
Well, I like to keep it simple. I like well-fitted clothes. Maybe it's a plain shirt and a pant, it's fine, and a well-fitted jeans, or just a V-neck black t-shirt. So I believe that comfort is your trend and that's your style, because that's more important than how trendy it looks.
Yeah, and I think when people say you need to be comfortable first and then fashionable, well, I feel fashion can be comfortable in itself. So when I dress up, I think I basically want to represent who I am as a person. Firstly, anything that I can relate to being, and yeah, like you would look good and you would have a good body, and it's all about how you carry it, whatever you wear, however you carry it. I think that matters more. So when you ask me about trends, I think trends keep changing, and you feel like, okay, this is for me and this isn't for me. So you just choose according to your type and style.
I like to experiment a lot, but I have my own trend. Like what I like is the bodycon dresses, skin fitting, proper. Because you work so much on your bodies, I think we should flaunt our figures, right? So I really like sexy fitting dresses, but at the same time, it has to be very elegant, because my choice is slightly elegant, and that's how I like to dress most of the times. And I'm very comfortable, and I feel like myself. I think best fashion or best trend is the trend that brings out the best in you, because dressing gives you another level of confidence, and if you feel comfortable and if you feel nice about yourself, it shows, and the whole personality just shines. So I think fashion is very important, and my style is more elegant.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Pass the mic, please.
I have a question for Priya and Lopa. Would you consider joining Miss Diva, because you both have been considered as Miss Universe caliber contestants?
Well, I have done Miss Diva. I was in one of the top 7. So
One second.
Miss Diva 2017. I don't know, but I would definitely like to represent my country at Miss Universe. I don't know about Miss Diva though. I've done too many pageants now, especially national. So if I get an opportunity to do an international, I'll go for it.
Priya?
Well, when it comes to pageants, I never thought I would be a part of one. But Miss India was a dream, and it's the only one. So when I came from Miss India, I won Miss Delhi, and then I got directed to Miss India, and then I won it. And then I fulfilled my dream of representing my country at Miss World. So it's pretty much dreams coming true and your aspirations coming into being. And I think I have other things that I would really love to look up to and do. So I don't know where life takes you, but I think Miss World India, the title, has given me so much, and I'm quite satisfied with that. Really, really satisfied with that.
Okay, one more question. Is national competition more competitive or international one? In terms of contestants and the caliber?
I think we both agree on it. It's definitely the international competition, because it's not 20, 30 girls, it's 100 plus or 80 plus, 70 plus or 40 plus. But whatever the number is, moreover, you see girls coming from all over the world. And there's so much to offer, you know, there's the beauty of the world. It's not just a nation. So of course the international pageant, and the standards are high, for sure.
Also the fact that Indian girls are not so hungry for it, you know, and they should be. Internationally, girls have been training themselves since the age of, since the childhood, you know, since the age of 6. Venezuelan, Brazilian girls, I've seen Latin Americans, they work really hard. So and they're so hungry for it, they can break bones to win a title. That is how it is, and I've experienced it. Like I said, I was pushed behind backstage so that, you know, the girls, it's not a good thing to do, but that shows how desperate they are to win. They can actually push another contestant and do that. But that's not a good thing. India the Indian girls are lagging behind in that hunger. They should be that hungry, because probably because they haven't given so many years of their life to get into a pageant, and internationally girls work since their childhood. So that's why they're really hungry and they're really deserving. So it's very tough to survive there.
Thank you.
So what would be your 3 tips to, you know, people who are desiring to win crown, except pushing people to the pageant?
3 tips. So that was an example that I have given you. My point was there are so many good things to learn about them. I said their bodies are sharp, chiseled, they are very sharp structure. They work in each part of their body. They're very particular in terms of their hair and makeup. They're very proper. So we need to learn those things from them. And the 3 tips that I would like to give to the Indian girls: work on yourself, work on yourself, work on yourself. How? Observe and absorb. That's the thing. Observe the previous beauty queens, international beauty queens. Absorb from them. Learn what they're doing, how they're speaking, how they're answering, press conferences, how do they do a press conference, how do they answer a question. Everything. Keep talking, talk a lot, and mirror your best friend. Make it your best friend, because the more time you spend in front of a mirror, the more angles, things you understand about yourself. Concentrate, focus more on makeup, because you know your features the best. So your makeup is very important, how you do your hair and everything. So all these things are important. There are no 3 things that I can say. There are 300 things that I can say, tell them, and they should focus on.
Actually, one question I want to ask Rohit, okay, on behalf. Do men also wear makeup?
Well, honestly, yes, a little bit, especially Indian guys require when they go for international talent. A little bit. So just that they can, conceal a bit, look more chiseled or international. I tried my best doing, and that's been, it's a funny thing. I had like 5 sessions with Chroma K, and my first session was over. They taught me hairstyle. Second session was over. They taught me, okay, a little bit of makeup. And they could call me for 3rd session. I said, what is this for? I said, we'll try something. And they tried lip gloss. Then eye roller. I said, really, eye roller? I mean, I look a little masculine, it will be fine. No, we'll try eye roller, eyebrows. So well, there is a lot of things actually I experiment in. But honestly, well, very subtle makeup for guys really work. Like a conceal, and very well, I think the stubble, if they groom themselves well and have an undercut, I believe a hairstyle can change the way a guy looks. And it has changed me. So I have been known for this, honestly. A lot of guys come suddenly, I said, I'm a fan of yours, so I look at their hair. I said, yes, you are. Thank you. And the 3 tips she was asking me, I personally feel like thinking about women and the men pageant, I think the most important is you being yourself, because the pageant is about the organization knowing who you are as a person. And especially the personal interview matters a lot. My personal interview on, I almost had moist in my eyes when I told them about everything. I even said that, I'm a Marwari, and then I definitely have started eating eggs, because it's very important for you to have proteins in your body. So there are a lot of barriers that you break. Besides that, I think hard work is very important. You have to transform yourself. You have to look like what people desire you to look like. Very fit and very well spoken, very well look all the time. Well, that's all from me. We go to Priya.
Yeah, well, I agree with both of them. And like you said, it's so important to be yourself. And that was my winning answer in Miss India as well. They asked me, what are the qualities that Miss India should have? And I said, Miss India is a person who is able to showcase her personality as who she is and believing in her dreams. So you have to believe in what you're going for. You need to have that faith in yourself. Because unless you have it, you don't have it, nobody else is going to believe in you. So that has to be one. And of course, you do have to be polished because that is what it's all about. It's the base of who you are, and you have to work hard, be polished, and fill the criteria. So yeah, that's about it.
You have a question, right?
My question is to Lopa. Lopa, when it comes to fashion, who is your fashion icon, Indian as well as international?
Well, my fashion icon was a very dynamic Marilyn Monroe. I think she's the most fashionable, most dynamic, most exuberant, beautiful, elegant personality I've ever seen. And I still look at her pictures and I'm like, wow, a woman like that exists, really? And in India, I really look up to Deepika Padukone and Sonam Kapoor. They are fantastic. They can turn heads. The way they dress, be it casual, be it dressy, be it for a red carpet, every look they just slay.
Any other questions?
Most of the Venezuelan representatives go under the knife. So would any three of you all even consider the option of going under the knife to enhance your features?
Well, there's no harm in working on yourself. If you think you can look better by doing a treatment or going through a process. We haven't really gone through any process. I haven't, and I'm sure they haven't too. So when it's required, when there's seriously a drastic change that you want to bring in yourself and you need to do that, it's okay. It's not a crime. You can do it. But we haven't done it, and we never thought we need to do it.